Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I wanted to jump on today and talk to you guys about sleep. It is the one thing that we all take for granted when we're young. It's when we're and then we're getting old and then we're dying to get sleep. I really wish that there was a way that you could bank the naps you refused as a child for those early days of motherhood. It would be amazing, really fantastic. So for those of you who are either joining us live or maybe catching the replay, you may not know me. My name is Samantha Franzen, and I work as a health and wellness educator over on the blog Decidedly So, where I believe that when it comes to living a healthier life, that knowledge is power, but convenience is key. So I'm working to make this process of living a healthier lifestyle a whole heck of a lot easier for the mamas of the world. And today I felt compelled to share about sleep and sleep for new moms, my best advice for getting great sleep as a new mom. I believe that sleep is sacred. I believe that it is much needed for our bodies to rest at night and to reset. And I don't know all the science behind it, but I have seen the movie Inside Out, so I'm pretty positive it's just a bunch of glass balls all rolling around and going into our long-term memory, right? Much more complicated than that, but I'm no scientist, so we don't go there. All I know is that it is absolutely necessary in order for me to be able to function as a human. And there is no more cruel time to deprive a woman of sleep than when she's just come home with a brand new bundle of squish that she doesn't quite know what to do with, that just wants to drink milk and poop and pee and be close to mom because that's where you've been your whole life so far, and it's cold and lots of people want to touch you. And then you go ahead and factor in all the hormonal changes, plus milk coming in and engorgement and all of these weird things your body does that people don't really talk about. And it's very apparent that a storm is a brewing. So my very best thing to suggest when thinking back on my own experience is that I wish someone would have forced me to really sit down in pregnancy and consider what my sleeping arrangement would look like when we brought our baby home. What would work best for our family? Because, oh my goodness, as soon as that baby is earthside, everyone and their mother and their grandmother and maybe even a grandfather or two has some tidbit of information they want to share with you about how knowledgeable they are about babies. So you got stuff coming at you from all angles, and very seldom do we pause and do this really one simple thing that I think makes a world of difference for moms and helps them set themselves up for a good rhythm and a routine when it comes to sleep for themselves. Not for the baby, for themselves. That's really important here. So my best sleep advice for new moms is this. Ask yourself a lot of questions before the baby comes and educate yourself on the variety of different options that exist. Pick something that you feel might be best for your family. So here are some of the really good questions that you and your spouse, your significant other can sit down and consider. What kind of sleeper are you? What kind of sleeper is your spouse? Do you guys sleep like logs, or do you wake at the drop of a pin? How do you envision your sleep arrangement looking? Do you imagine that the baby's going to kind of room in with you in your own room, or do you expect the baby to be in their room from day one? What size is your bed? Do you have a king size bed? Do you have a queen size bed? Or do you have a California queen bed? King bed, sorry, a California king bed. Where are my Rihanna fans? I blew it, you guys. Blew it on my sing-song for the day. Gosh dang it. Anyway, some of the other things that you'll really want to think about. This might sound silly, or I don't know. It isn't silly. Are there any smokers in your home? Does your spouse are they a heavy drinker? Those are some important questions to consider as well when you're contemplating some of the sleep arrangements for your family. You might be asking yourself, why do those questions matter? And it's because your preferences matter. And answering those questions will really help you find a sleep solution that works best for your family. And that will make everything easier because sleep helps you function and it will help you in those early days. So once you've answered the questions, then you can look at the variety of different sleeping options that exist. There is co-sleeping, there is rooming in, there is rooming out, there are bassinets, there are fancy things called there are things called DACA tots, and oh my goodness, swings, you guys. The whole world stopped because someone mentioned their baby sleeping in a swing. There are people that do that, and it works really well. But there are new gadgets and contraptions coming out all the time, and though I've been removed from this for about 4 years now, those really early days, there are so many available options for families out there right now that really will help you in those early days. So I think I also can't speak to all of those, but I can speak to my own experience, and I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys today. Once I had my sweet little Mimi Cakes in my arms, I did not want her more than a few inches away from me. I knew that with the research I had done, in order to establish good breastfeeding routines, it was important for her to be really close by and for us to nurse early and nurse often. And so I literally slept with her on my chest in the hospital. And I didn't sleep well, that's for sure, but I enjoyed having her close by. And when my pediatrician came through to talk to us about how things were going, and I had mentioned that I had been doing this and considering maybe co-sleeping with my baby, I was met with like the 1-2 jab punch, total like Shameville, USA, left and right about how this was a horrible idea, and there was like all of the studies that existed for co-sleeping and death and all of these really horrible things to tell a mom in her first couple of days that she's like barely surviving. So when we got home, things didn't get any better. We used our beautiful bassinet we had purchased for about 2.5 seconds. But as soon as my baby was away from me, she just wanted me again. And so I spent that night home with her laying on my chest and doubting myself and running every single yucky death scenario that was possible through my brain. Not good at all. I had basically no sleep, and it really was not until the 3rd or 4th day home where I had this painful engorgement, no sleep, and mind you, everyone told me that this engorgement was just normal, but it was not normal. And I had this angelic, beautiful birth doula who swooped in to check on us after a couple of days, and she helped with the breastfeeding and all of that stuff, and she was the very first person that actually thought to ask me, how is sleep going? And obviously it was not going well. And she was the first person that I kind of shared that, you know, having her close by and sleeping close by me was actually something that was helpful to me, that did not judge me, that didn't have some kind of a, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing that. And in fact, she informed me that there are lots of moms, a lot, who sleep with their babies in some capacity, and they do it really safely, and there are ways for it to be done. And she gave me a bunch of resources and links to videos I could watch, and some really cool videos that actually recorded moms in sleep and the way that they move with their babies. Lots of really stuff that helped to empower me and give me some tools to make me feel better about my decisions. And I will tell you what, we found a safe sleep solution for our family, and I slept for the first time in almost a week. And it was magical, and it was wonderful, and it was exactly what I needed. Now, I do not share this information with you guys to say that like co-sleeping is the only way for you to sleep as a new mom. No, absolutely not. In fact, there are situations and scenarios where I discourage families from co-sleeping. And some of those questions that I had you consider above will in fact disqualify some families from co-sleeping. And that is okay, because different things work differently for all of us. And that's why I'm not saying do this to get great sleep. I'm saying really take into consideration, ask yourself some questions, think about what works best in your family situation, and then make those decisions. So Here are the things that matter most when you are a new mom. Are you sleeping? If the answer is no, you need to reassess your scenario. If the answer is yes, as much as can be possible when I have a newborn tiny human that wants to eat all the time and poop and pee and all of those things, then stay the course. And be brave and confident and educated in your decisions, you guys, because most people are not going to care if you're sleeping or not. They're going to judge and they're going to question, and sometimes they're going to shame you for whatever decisions you make, because birthing babies has this really weird way of making the worst come out in people. And people will say mean things and they'll say hateful things and they'll tell you you're going to kill your baby. Like, sorry, that sounds really bad for me to say so like nonchalantly, but it will happen. So be prepared. And the more that you've got facts and gosh dang gumption on your side, the less that those opinions are going to matter to you. And you'll be able to smile because remember, you're getting sleep. And sleep helps you become a better person in life and helps you cope through motherhood a lot better. So, hope this is fun for you guys. Those are my best sleep tips for new mamas. And if any of you are interested in kind of a follow-up video on how co-sleeping works, how it was safe for our family, what worked best for us, I would love to share that with you guys. So share in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. And then as a helpful tool to other mamas, for those of you who are tuning in, who have been down the road, I would love for you to share your tips in the comments, things that worked best for you. But keep in mind, if you're going to share, this is a no shame and a no judgment zone. So you must be nice. We are all doing the very best that we can with the tools we have available to us. So share those below if you guys would like. And thank you so much for tuning in today. If you found this helpful, you know somebody who's a mama to be or a mama who's really struggling through this journey and needs a little bit of a lifeline, please share this video with her. And thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Take care. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.